folks, subscribers, viewers, all you people, hello, not in a good mood. They've called us out to haul special transport here in the middle of the night using somebody else's truck. And we don't even know how it's serviced or been took care of. Not babied around like we don't play here. Yeah, that's right, hello folks. How come you didn't? Whoa, about wrecked your hair. How come you didn't see that, all that hoopla they do at the first tide and chaining the load down, standing by? Is because shadow play was acting up and I turned it on and that joy was going on. I turned it on again and that joy was coming on and turned it on again. Then all of a sudden it turned on off, on off, on off. And I'd restart the computer and it cut and I filmed one little section and I lost it. The part where they tie it down and stand around when you get ready to take off here. So that's the way that goes. And there've been so many people driving this Pete, I can already tell the synchronizer is gone. Now you mean the synchronizers is bad, Rusty, there? I don't believe you. I believe you just ain't used the clutch right there, right, Rusty. We're going from Farmingtonville, Arizona to Raton, R-A-T-O-N, on the worst hellish road you've ever seen to be hauling a transport. Well, if I drive it much, I'll take it over to Morgan's cousin, Speedy Repair Truck Shop. Morgan over there, he'll get her done. He got a good crew working for him. Ralph's not working for him. Yeah, thank you, Rusty. If that fella don't get out of her way, we're gonna put this truck up his tailpipe. I think he's a jackass. Ralph, you shouldn't say people stuff like that. That's no bad word, Rusty. Back in the old days, every mountain man strapped all his goods to a jackass when he's going up in the woods. Had to have something to carry there, Rusty. You didn't think the man gonna carry it, did you? No, I think he'd probably be too lazy, Ralph, like you. Well, yeah, you got that right. If I had a jackass and I was going up in the woods and I had my 2 feet and he had 4, who do you think gonna be carrying the goods? Old Ralph wasn't born yet yesterday, it's a long time ago. But this one scary road right here, I can tell you that. I think it's illegal, Rusty. I think that's the reason they called us late at night to move this thing, and they not got no beacons on this truck. They don't want nobody to know we're coming through. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to move this big bad stuff here at in the middle of the night here. It's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty dumb, Ralph. Did you check the oil in this truck over there? Yeah. It's about a gallon over full. That'll give us something to lose. Well, that's good, Ralph. Folks says I don't like to spread rumors or tell lies. I'll tell you what's really going on here. I'm running a full standard shift with a clutch and all that good stuff, an 8 shifter and two splitters, 2 for range. And my Parachure's got a floor thing on it that folds down and sets your feet on, of course. And I had another Parachair just a while back that had a smaller one that worked better with my gas and brake. This one folds up. I have to fold it up because it's too long. I can't get my foot on the gas, brake, and clutch. So anyway, it's just set in a different position and not used to driving the full standard. At first I drove the full standard all the time, everywhere. Then I got lazy there for about a month or two and went automatic, and now I'm trying to get back into full standard no matter what circumstances is. And that's what the trouble is. Not pushing the clutch in enough, not letting it out, or letting it out too fast. And I'm grinding them gears. I tell you what, I'm grinding them gears. Nah, Rusty, you say that again. I'm grinding them gears around. I didn't mean really say it, Rusty. Tell you what, you gotta watch out if you babysit for your grandkids too much. You know what I mean? You probably don't, but you find yourself in a bad part of town and you're walking down the street, and instead of singing bad Leroy Brown, you're walking down the street singing, I pee-peed in the party, I pee-peed in the party. Then you're doing your little party dance. Next thing you know, 7 guys are beating you up in the corner. If that fella don't stop brake checking us, we're gonna do like Swifty over there at SWSEPHYSM Racing Swifty. We're gonna run over that fella if he don't quit brake checking us. We're gonna mow him down, put him in the wall. Yeah, I've watched a few of these special transports video of Rusty, that T-Rex. I think Cocharo done 1 or 2. Morgan. And that feller's always in the way. He's always stopping, brake checking you, making you have to shift gears, do all kind of junk. Just when you think you're getting a good momentum going, there he goes. They hit the brakes. I don't know what's the matter with him, Rusty. That's, yeah, I know you've been watching them, ain't you? I made an airplane. I should have put a video of it on here so you can see it. I made an airplane 32 years ago. Looks really good. Nobody never played with it. I made it out of wood with a wood rasp. One of those things those old carpenters used to shave away wood to shape stuff. I made an airplane and a shovel like they use out on the construction job, and I made a backhoe and a dozer, a 18-wheeler, and a bunch of those soapbox cars, them little tiny ones they race in the Boy Scouts. I made a bunch of those, and I decided to let my grandkid Grayson have that airplane, and man, I handed him that, and his eyes lit up like a Christmas tree because it's pretty big, and he's just 3 years old. But he's 3 years old, and it's 32 years old. Nobody ever played with it, but he's playing with it now. Well, this old 389's not been maintained. The Grayson world got a little slack wheel and stuff, all that kind of stuff. Other than that, a good looking truck going. You know, I don't know if I told you or not, but how I got in this mess. Instead of going through the regular channels and getting my own truck and fixing it all up and all that stuff, I went to Quick Job. And I looked up and down the job list till I found the truck I liked in a curvy road. And I found the truck I liked the looks of, and I said I'll just take a Quick Job instead of doing that. And that way you just pop in the truck ready to roll. Now I'm going to show you 3 little clips right fast. The first one, he's flying his airplane in circles as his airplane crash. Second one, I made his eyes cross by pointing my finger to the nose. And the third one, I'm showing the airplane. Look at the propeller I put on this thing, T-Rex. All those boys out of 2x4s and 1-inch boards with a wood rash. One of those old things those old carpenters used. Cut down wood, cut out them big metal shavings, wood shavings. They'd really get the job done, shape stuff. So I made that plane. That plane's probably tougher than any toy you buy unless you just absolutely try to break it. got a backhoe, a track hoe and a shovel, the opposite of a track hoe, and a dozer, and all three of them will last forever. Pretty good stuff. Not just cause I built them, they just built tough. He could play with them in a sand valve forever. Well, maybe he ought to quit playing sand valve when he, 8 or 10 or 12 and get out and do something else. Yeah, you got that right, Rusty. Man can't stay in a sandbox all his life. I've seen a few of these old boys around here done that. You did, Ralph. Yeah, they still in the sandbox. Crazy bunch. You wouldn't talk about nobody, would you, Ralph? Well, I wouldn't spread no rumors like you did yesterday, Brother Rusty. You know, Ralph, come to think of it, I got the Oprah's phone call last night about midnight. You ever seen from Yolanda? You know, Charles' wife, Charles Longistri's wife. She called me names I hadn't even never heard before. And my wife has called me names that I've not heard before. But she called me names that topped my wife's names. Her and my wife should have talked. But I learned new words I hadn't even heard yesterday. She had heard that I had been spreading rumors about her. And I told you all right off the bat, first thing yesterday, that I did not spread rumors. Yeah, folks, don't spread no rumors. Don't talk about nobody, unless it's behind their back and they're gone. Don't gossip. But I can tell you about some stuff my neighbors do. But I'm just kidding around. I don't talk about nobody. I might talk about the fellow in front of us, keeps locking it up, making me go slow. Every now and then running 35, 40 mile an hour on this old curvy road. I guess that's pretty good with this big old helicopter on here. And hey, Rusty, did you check to see if that thing had a wood full of people? Now, why would it be full of people, Ralph? Transport, Rusty, transport. That's the name of this. Special transport. They manned the helicopter. They didn't mean not flying their crew over. Well, you know what they mean. You didn't look no contract. You just went over there and said, hey, we're available. We want a quick job. Ralph's bored. And you picked out a truck just by the looks in the newspaper. You said, I'll drive that one. Well, you can't go wrong with a 3 and 9 feet there, Ralph. Well, tell me about it when we walk in there with Rusty. Fuel filters probably ain't been changed, never probably got water all up in them and all that stuff need draining. I bet the air brake system ain't been drained either. It'll be alright, Ralph. You can check all that to yourself out, you maintenance man. Did you check to see if the lug nuts was tight? No, but I did thump the tires. Well, good for you. Morgan had given me a shout out on his channel. And T-Rex gave me a shout out on his channel, so I'm lucky little fella. I appreciate them doing that. And try to get me a viewer or two to come over, extra one, to come over and check it out, see if they like what's going on. It's hard to get noticed when everybody in the country is making video. Yeah, I thought about making some, but my wife said I couldn't make that kind, so I said, hey, with it, I'll just ride Rusty and make it kind. that sleeper back there and shines on the back of my head all daggone time. You might as well light that thing up. It'll be used for a light bulb or something. I wish that I got my first load on this special transport in the daytime. I wouldn't have minded the road being like a snake, crooked and going on. But heck, I'd like to see what I was able to see where I was going and see what I saw. That's the way it works out. It'll get daylight soon, we'll all get a good look at it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you sure? You sure you was going to win all those poker hands with us playing last night too, wasn't you? I was pretty confident there, Ralph. Nah, how'd it work out for you, Roger? Well, there's no jingle in my pocket, Ralph. It won't even jingle in my pocket. It's smashed down so hard. Look like it's 7:30 in the morning there. It ought to be, or is that 5:30 in the morning? I guess that's about right for it to be at the edge of dawn. Or as the old farmers say, in the crack of dawn there. Go to bed in the shank of the evening, get up in the crack of dawn. I guess I've almost run over that fella about 5-6 times or more. Yeah, I say yeah. Oh, that thumping y'all heard back there a while ago when I met that truck. You don't have to worry about that. That'll buff out in a second. You know them little paint marker pencils. They advertise real late night on TV for you buy one, they'll throw in 3 free. Guaranteed, but that's all you need. 3 of those and a little bit of buffer, and just take those little scratches out that little pencil in fine shape. Probably wouldn't $15 worth of damage. You believe that, Rusty? Well, yeah, I believe it, Ralph. I see them commercials, them late night infomercials. I ain't never seen one like, yeah, you remember Smiling Bob? That man was always happy. Yeah, I remember the crazy man coming up out of the pool, grinning, and all them women looking at him like, oh wow, there's Bob. And he wasn't nothing to look at. I don't think if women thought it nothing to look at. I don't know what. It just fake what it was there. Boy, it's starting to look good out here now, Rusty. The sky, these pine cedars, and all these trees. Folks, I tell you what, this road right here, there's some curves on it and guardrails. And the way the ditches are and the slopes on the bank, I could take a video of Highway 52, 8 miles of coming from up east back here to my house, and you would think I was on this road right here, because it reminded me so much of this road that I drive on all my life here. This road does. All except for the hilly parts. The Highway 52 don't have no hills, so it's just mostly level, just curvy. Every time we meet a bunch of vehicles, they all get mad at us, start blowing their horn for some reason. I guess because somebody in that escort bunch stopped them or something, they're all mad. But they need their M&Ms, get glad they're around. Boy, you say everything right clean like, don't you, Rusty? That's sometime. A nice big red Pete. Looking good. I ain't got no fancy stuff on it. I don't know why in the world the beacons ain't working on it and stuff. All in special transport and ain't got no lights flashing. Well, that's that. I'm driving, folks. I've been up about 36 hours or more again. Never slept a wink last night, never even went to bed. I'm sitting here so I could stay awake and talk to Grayson when he come in this morning, my little grandson. I want me to aggravate him a while. And then I got started wanting to finish his video up. So I jumped in on this. I'm still sitting here dozing off every once in a while after the raise back up. And I thought you were just resting your eyes were rusted like everybody else says they do. No, I was sleeping, Ralph, just plain old sleeping. My everybody's license says it's just rest one eye there. I know I had them both good there, Ralph, for a minute. Thought I was going to fall out my chair. What did it say, lane change? Yeah. They should have radioed us on their CB radio. Yeah, that'd be nice if they had that. I heard somebody else say in one of their videos it'd be nice if they got to holler back at you on the CB and talk backwards and forward. Back and forth. That vast antivirus thing popped up here in the ways saying, you haven't finished your order, get off my screen. I hate like them things that pops up all the time on your computer. It says we have found 6 errors with your computer and everything's running slow and you got this, you got that. Click here to resolve your problem. You click here to resolve your problem. It percolates a minute or two, checks things, and says for $39.95 a year, we can fix that. And I go click. I go click, done. Them salesmen call, I don't even answer them. My son, if he answers them, he tries to sell them some. He asks them where they live, that makes them mad. You get one of those people calling you up, trying to say something, you say, where you live? And they say, we can't tell you where you live, but it's against policy. And you say, well, I want to know where you live. You call them, we pass me, I want to know where you live. Folks, thanks for watching my first video. They don't tell us. Maybe I'll do better next time. Get one of the days. Nice little drug and all that kind of stuff. Better road. But, click like on this thing, share and subscribe, come back and see us, write down the comments. I like to talk, that's my favorite talk. So just write down all you want down in the comments. If Morgan's, if you're Morgan's channel, just type in Morgan. If you're T-Rex, just type in T-Rex. All people go to heaven on the road. So we'll catch you next time. We're out of here, 10 Raj.